Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Well, hi there, folks. I'm Bob Schupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
we got
Bob.
an interesting topic today. We're going to show you how to fall and get up when you have a prosthesis.
Yeah, this is excellent information, but I didn't realize that we would actually do a video on this, but
Why not?
Very relevant.
So, you know, we're going to have to trip somebody. That's just how it works.
But
you know?
we do have someone with a prosthesis who's been with it for 12 years,
Right.
and he's an expert. He knows.
Well, he's an expert on falling. According to him, he's fallen a lot.
Sure.
So I hope he's got strong bones. So
Let's carry on, Bob.
all right. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, go to bobandbrad.com and go to the giveaway section, and we're giving something nice away. I'm sure it's really nice.
Yeah, well,
We don't know what it is.
it's always nice.
Go to
isn't it, Bob?
Facebook. You can also find it there. It'll
Pinned
be
to the top of the page,
Yeah.
yes.
Go Twitter, Instagram, TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program.
And now we have the podcast.
And we
out
have the
there.
podcast.
Yep.
Is there anywhere we are not?
Right. You know,
So-
yeah, it's just like being on the radio.
Yeah.
Except for different.
Right.
Well, very good. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, remind me, Brad, what were we going to talk about again?
Well, we're going to talk. Whoa!
Oh, holy moly. Oh, are you okay?
I'm absolutely okay.
That was an
63 years old. My God.
with an above the knee amputee. But
Yeah.
Randy has actually said this happens,
It happens usually once a day.
so you know how to fall without hurting
Give him
yourself.
the center seat, Brad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on over. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Please join us.
Oh, that was impressive.
The biggest thing is don't flop.
Sure.
Roll.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And typically roll to your good side, right? Because you can't control this prosthetic side. And it doesn't bend certain ways, right? It does not bend this way like your
Sure,
normal
sure.
leg. It only bends this way.
So you're saying the good side, you know, if it was either, it's always the side with the good leg.
Right.
Right. Okay. That
You-
makes sense.
When you feel it start to
Not
go,
involved leg, Brad.
Yes, I'm
Don't
sorry.
say good leg, bad leg. It's
good-
not a bad leg. It's a good leg too. So
the thing is, as you have a prosthetic leg like I do, you learn to sense when you're going to fall, right?
Sure.
It's just quick, automatic, and you go, I better roll, because there's been a number of times when I've tried to save myself from
Sure.
falling,
Yep.
and that
It
can
was
be
worse.
catastrophic. You can mess your back up.
sure.
It just, if you torque your limb, this little bit of residual limb in here,
Sure.
Mhm.
if you torque that, you're going to be down for a couple days.
Sure.
You can really do some damage. So you want to keep this thing in free space where there's not a lot of torque
Right.
on it, and take the hit with your good side.
Before we go any further, now you're pretty high level for an amputee, especially above the knee. I'm assuming compared to.
There's
There-
like 4 levels of activity,
Mhm.
and I'm probably at 6 or 7.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm just saying that in case there's people out here that are just getting into it and they're not going to be at 6, they're going to be at 1 or 2, their goal or their level activity. They probably won't fall as much as you, I'm assuming,
probably not.
but they still
They have to be more careful, probably. They're
Yeah.
probably going to use more of a gait aid than you do. I mean, you don't use any at all.
You don't
No.
use a
Well,
cane or
when I'm
crutches.
when I'm in the mountains or in the canyons or going through thick cover hunting, I can use my walking stick.
Sure.
And so that takes a lot of the falling out of the equation. But I don't always have my walking sticks when I'm doing those dumb things.
Sure.
And so your toe catches on stuff all the time. If there's anything like a half an inch taller, you know, if you're walking down the sidewalk and and one part of the
Gotcha.
sidewalk's up a half an inch
Yeah.
and you don't see it, and hike your hip over it, type of thing. If you see it, you can adjust for it. But if you don't see it, what it does is it stops your toe.
Yep.
And when
You keep going.
you know, your momentum, as your momentum is taking you, you know, you're on this prosthetic, all your weight's on this prosthetic, and as you bring it over to bring it forward,
It's stuck.
you can
Right.
it stops.
Yep.
And as great as this knee is, it's a fancy hinge. What it does is it locks. It locks the hydraulics. When
Sure.
it hits something like that, it locks the hydraulics so that you can throw it to the side and put weight on it.
Sure.
If it was just the hydraulics were open, there'd be nothing to catch you.
Sure.
It's got sensors in there that
It's
that
got
react.
13 sensors and a microprocessor and gyroscope
So
and all kinds of
Were
fun
you
stuff.
self-taught on how to fall, or did someone help you work through it? Or I mean, you have an engineering background.
Yeah, I have an engineering background. I don't know if it was self-taught. It was maybe self-survival.
Sure.
And you just learn that you don't try and save yourself on your bad side. You save it on your good side.
So what if you had a blanket advice to someone with above knee prosthesis, what would you say to them? What are the steps you'd say?
Stay in shape.
Stay in shape.
Stay in shape. There's a wide spectrum of amputees all over the place, but what I tell some amputees that they've seen some of the things I've done, and they ask me, well, how do you do that? Well, number one, you got to set yourself a goal. It's discouraging to lose your leg, and it takes a lot of courage to learn to walk again. And if you don't set yourself a goal, you're not going to be the best you can be.
Sure.
And staying in shape is part of that. If all you can do is walk to the mailbox, do that.
Sure.
Okay, what about the neighbor's mailbox, next week? What about the post office that's, 7 blocks away?
Right.
Reasonable goals.
And just start small. And once you get to those goals, a couple of things happens. One, you realize, hey, I'm getting better. Number two, I need to set another goal. So let's keep living.
Right.
That's my motto. It's get busy living.
Sure.
And
Right.
so typically in a day, I forget every morning when I wake up, I look over at the wall and there's my leg. And so I go through that mental gymnastics of, oh, that's right, I don't have a right leg. Well, I don't have time for that.
Sure.
Let's get busy living. Put your leg on, and then I typically forget about my leg unless I fall.
Sure.
And just so you know, this has been 12 years since you've had your amputee, and that still happens every day.
Most every day.
Okay.
Because I do dumb stuff.
Sure.
I'm not your average
We all
smart
do.
person.
So as you start to fall, what's your first thought process? I'm going to roll,
Roll. Yep.
Okay.
I need to take the hit
and it's going to be roll to your left side.
to my left side. Yep.
Sure.
And hopefully there's nothing sharp.
Sure.
Sure.
But yeah, I want to take as much of the hit.
And this is automatically
course-
stiffening up as you start to roll.
Right.
Okay.
And maybe you noticed when I fell, this leg was just flying through the air. And that's just part of the roll.
Any tips for getting up once you're down?
Make sure you're okay before you
Yeah,
get
don't even
up.
try to get up. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Check out your arms and your legs. Make
Yeah.
sure there's no
Yeah.
unusual
What-
pain.
No
What
fracture.
did I impale myself on, and
Sure.
and what and it is a shock. It's like a mental shock that I think it just happens naturally when you take that shock. You go, what just happened? Am I okay? Okay, and then just do your crab walk to get up. Reverse crab walk. I don't
Crab
know
walk.
if that's technical or what.
Sure.
But that's what I do.
Oh, you're talking about
Yep, you roll over. Roll over. Yep. Now I'm teaching the
Sure.
famous
Yeah.
internet guy. Okay.
So if this is the amputee leg with
No, other one.
the other one is
The
okay.
other one.
If you're doing it on him.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
keep
yeah.
your right leg stiff.
Yeah.
Don't bend it.
No. Yep.
Now get up. Just yep.
And so that will be locked in.
That's exactly how you do it.
Okay. And if
You-
there's any furniture,
I was going to say you
or-
probably want to go to a furniture.
I don't. I
Sure.
just
Right.
do a basic push up
push up.
and
so
then
this leg needs to be in good condition,
it does.
right?
Again, he's in that probably top 1 percentile here, I think.
Sure.
We're talking about.
So the other thing that you have to deal with if it's in public, Did you get embarrassed or what?
Not
did you
anymore.
Joke about it?
I'm no longer shy. My biggest concern is hurting somebody else.
Sure.
Right? When that leg comes flying over,
Well, what a good guy.
you know, you could knock somebody into next week.
Right.
So
Yeah, he warned us that that might happen.
Yeah, right. We
Yeah.
were ready.
Yeah.
So,
So
well, very impressive. I mean, you do it quite well, and you're in just excellent condition. Do you work out?
no,
You just
I don't
stay
work
active,
out one lick,
don't you? Really?
but I cut wood, I haul
That's
wood,
working out.
I stack wood,
Right.
I work
Sure.
on my own vehicles. I just replaced my son's deck this last weekend.
Sure.
Jeez,
You know,
Brad.
so you know, you go to the lumber yard, you got to get 30 16-foot through 5/4 pressure treated boards.
Oh, and they're heavy.
And where's your son at?
Right.
Oh, he had to work. Oh,
Yeah.
darn. Okay, Dad. So
So you're cutting with a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Really?
yes.
Are you dropping trees too?
Yep, dropping trees.
Wow.
And I don't split with those fancy splitters. I use them all.
Oh,
Ah.
really?
Old
Ah.
school. I have a lot of people say, well, you could buy this, or you could do that, or you could do this. And I go, yeah, but I need to stay in shape.
Sure.
Anybody could
So-
do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, when I get up during the day, I don't necessarily do things the hard way, but I do them to stay in shape.
Sure.
Sure.
Wow. Well, that's an inspiration. I mean,
Yeah,
it really
well, we're
is.
gonna do another video. Don't.
Oh,
give it
yeah.
all
What's a
away.
segue, Bob? It's
Yeah,
a segue.
yeah. Yeah. Check out the final video that we'll have on with Randy, and it's called "You Will No Longer Have Any Excuses After You Meet This Guy or See This Guy."
That's right. We're going to continue our ladder up into success.
There we go.
There you go.
What's that?
Come on.
Thanks.
Come on.